Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Well, let's take a look at some of the stocks on the move today. With us is Bloomberg News cross-asset reporter Emily Griffeo. She's here in our Bloomberg Business Week studio. What is on your radar today, Emily?
Okay, so it's definitely a more rotational type of day because when you look at the sector level, consumer staples, utilities, energies, those are the sectors that are outperforming, whereas infotech is one of the worst performers in the S&P 500. When you look under the hood, I'm watching Moderna. It's down over 7% to the lowest level since March 2020, which is never a good
I remember
barometer.
that.
Especially if you're Moderna, and that was
I know.
before the news that, you got one of the shots working for the COVID vaccine.
Right. So that stock is down 30% year to date. Specifically today, we have a number of vaccine makers falling after a top regulator at the US FDA left, which is, I guess, casting uncertainty about the future of vaccines, the future of regulation. The regulator was Peter Marks, and he was overseeing the review and approval of vaccines and other medications. He actually cited friction with the views of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Wall Street is saying this is kind of creating uncertainty, and it's a significant negative for biotech and biopharma, at least according to BMO Capital Markets. Those analysts said in the notes were positive on the confirmation of this new FDA commissioner, but politicization of the FDA runs counter to the agency's mission. But the stock is down a lot, maybe a little bit of just, again, fear and uncertainty about this regime change at the FDA.
You're seeing biotechs. I'm looking at the Spider S&P Biotech ETF down about 4%. So, I mean, Moderna really taking it on the chin, but it's the group overall, right? A little bit nervous.
Yeah, that's right. I'm also watching shares of Celsius Holdings, the energy drink maker.
Going in the other direction.
So right now, it's up about 7%, call it 6%. It did hit its highest level since September, though, after an upgrade from Truist Securities. Their rationale for this caught my eye. So they said they upgraded the stock from buy to hold, saying that the company is now going to have a stronger position in the women's segment of the energy drink category.
Why are you looking at me? I don't know.
I mean, you're a woman, I'm a woman.
Do you drink this stuff? Just wondering.
So they acquired Alani Nu,
Yes.
which is an energy drink brand.
Yeah.
I never heard of it. I
No.
Googled it. The cans are pink. They had partnered with Kim Kardashian a couple years ago.
Are we that easy that just because it's a pink can, we're going to drink it? I'm just going to tell you no.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, though, the stock is higher, and it seems like this upgrade in this Wall Street note is the reason why, or there's some correlation here.
Stock's
but
done really well this year. It's up like 35%.
a lot of people drink Celsius. I mean, I see men and
you
women.
drink it?
I don't, but I see every flavor at my local bodega, and I do see both
People drinking
men
it?
and women drinking
Okay,
it.
up this year, you said what, 30-something?
35%.
Okay, down 52% last year.
Oh,
That said, it was up 57% in 23, 39% in 22, and then you go back to 2020, it was up close at 940%.
It's been on a tear.
Yeah, this is like a...
I mean, I guess if you're trying to make a new energy drink brand, the legacy ones, Red Bull, Monster, I mean, they are pretty masculine.
Yeah.
So
you're branching out, right?
they're
Trying to hit a different
branching
market.
out. Yes.
Stock, I should say, is almost 20%, or 20% of the float is shorted. So there's some negative tone there.
Okay, Emily Griffeo, I know there is an IPO on your radar today.
Okay, Newsmax. I can't not bring this up because the stock has skyrocketed. This company IPO today moved as much as 683% higher in the debut session. This is a conservative media outlet. People want the shares, I guess. It's been
Is this retail
a good
today?
IPO. Well, it's kind of hard to tell. At least if you look at Bloomberg News's coverage, there could be some retail buying in the stock. It has kind of been moving around, though. It was halted for trading for volatility, which is what you would expect if a stock moves up over 600%.
I mean, it
in a
IPO'd
day.
at 10, right? Opened at 14, and it's now at 66 and change. It's really kind of interesting to track on the Bloomberg, right? Because it's kind of this.
When as high as
slow trade.
$78.
No.
That's pretty
it's
wild.
over a $2
That is a
billion
pop.
market cap
Right.
now.
So the message, I think, maybe for the folks who did this IPO is there was so much demand, maybe they left some money on the table, pricing it.
Could have priced it higher.
$10.
If you look at what Bloomberg's Bailey Lipschultz has written today, he's our IPO reporter. He said individual investors appear to be pushing into the stock. The company is among the 30 most actively traded on Fidelity's platform, which is one of the biggest brokerages for retail clients.
But I don't think it's making any money.
I guess we'll have to wait and see how
Or
it
says
goes.
the mania for a loss-making cable news
Public
network.
company.
Yeah.
Right.
So
yeah.
we'll wait. So that first earnings is
That
going
first
to be
earnings.
really interesting.
Everyone knows media is just an amazing business.
Of course.
Look at us. A good bunch of stocks. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Bloomberg News cross-asset reporter Emily Grafeo.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.